guys, welcome back. I am so excited because I am actually in person
Yay.
with Christina, finally. If you watch my videos, you've seen her before, just kind of on a Zoom call, so I'm super excited she's here. If you don't know her, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Christina. I also have a YouTube channel, kind of. I don't really post much.
No, she does.
But I used to live in the Dominican Republic also. I taught English for a year, kind of like Mills, and then I lived there for another year working remotely. So pretty similar. Yeah, that's it.
So we just missed each other when we were moving there,
Yes.
Unfortunately. So I've been back to the States longer than she has,
Yes.
but we both lived in Santiago. I taught in Jarabacoa, she taught in Santiago, and then I moved there, and you just lived in Santiago, right?
Yeah.
The whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I thought today it would be a good topic to talk about reverse culture shock, because most of you that message me are only going to live in DR for a year or two, and always ask me about the transition to DR, but there's a big transition coming home too, because you adapt so quickly to that different way of life. So I'm gonna let Christina start and just kind of talk about, no pressure, and just kind of talk about the things that were hardest for her in her transition, and her transition is pretty new. She just moved back in April. So I know we've been talking and you're like, oh, I miss this or I miss that, or this is hard. So what are some things, we'll start with the things that were the hardest part of the transition so far. I guess the negative
parts.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a list, but one big thing that I noticed, so I'm from Indiana, and coming back from the DR where you see a bunch of different people just are much more diverse there, I guess. So moving from the DR to Indiana was a little bit kind of weird, because I'm used to being around a lot of people who kind of look more like me or have just a lot of different skin tones and stuff like that. And Indiana doesn't have that. So that was disappointing. Along with that, just not hearing Spanish is weird. I feel at least for me, you hear Spanish all the time. So then when you get off the plane, you're where is the Spanish?
Yeah.
And that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I obviously really miss the beach. I think I miss the nature in the DR, because you can kind of do whatever. You can go to the mountains, you can go to the beach, you can go to there's deserty areas. There's just a lot to do. So I miss that. I miss I have a really good dancing community down there, so I miss dancing and their fun vibes and stuff like that. Everyone always talks about how friendly they think Dominicans are, which I think to an extent they are, but on the surface level.
Yeah,
so
on the surface.
I have I don't know, I have mixed reviews on that one. So I feel it's honestly about the same, because I feel it's hard to get to know people deeply in the DR, at least in my experience. I know some people have had different experiences. So yeah, they're more friendly. I guess they are more likely to be come to our house and eat food with us, or come do random things with us than in Indiana. Yeah. But I wouldn't say I don't know, it doesn't feel super different. It's the Midwest. We're known for being friendly. I guess if I was from New York, it probably would feel really different. But welcoming you to do whatever definitely is different. So I miss that.
What about the food? Do you miss the food?
I do miss the food. I don't miss eating the same thing all the time.
I was gonna say, I miss the food, but not the lack of variety.
Yeah. So, since I lived on my own, I cooked whatever I wanted anyway, but if I went to people's houses, it would be rice, beans. Yeah, exactly. Which I miss, but I don't want to eat it every day. But I miss the plantains, I miss yuca, I miss all the root vegetables, the fruits, having access to all that.
Yeah, and it's cheap.
It's super cheap.
The fruit here is so expensive.
And it's not good. It's not mangoes
good.
here are not good.
They're so small. The
avocados are so small. I miss that.
Yeah, me too. Something else I missed was when I got back, I kind of just jumped into life here, and I really missed the laid back, chill,
that's true,
vibes. On one hand,
that's so true.
When I lived there were days that I was I'm not doing anything, I'm wasting time, I'm bored, there's nothing happening. Yeah. But on the other hand, when I came back here and it was the opposite, I was wow, I really appreciated that time to just relax without all this agenda and scheduling and whatever. So that was hard for me too, because I was oh my gosh, I'm tired.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'm more recently out of college, so I feel some of my friends are still establishing themselves. So comparing that to my friends in the DR, in the DR they have plans for the future, but they're not super urgent about them. They're just it'll happen when it happens. Yeah. And then here all my friends are freaking out about everything, and it stresses me out more. So yeah, I appreciate the laid backness to an extent. Like I don't miss like how long it takes to get everything done.
Right, that was
Stuff
one
that.
I was like, okay, I paid a bill and it was done.
And it's done.
That was good.
But yeah, no, we're more anxious here.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. And I also missed, like you kind of said, but like being like an hour from the beach and then an hour from the mountains and an hour from whatever. Like here, especially in Arizona, it's like you have to drive like 5 hours to the beach.
Yeah.
Or if you go to Mexico, but it's
or Indiana.
Not the same. Indiana, you're
it's even worse.
Stuck.
There's nothing.
So sad.
I think in Santiago, I miss like there are a lot of cute restaurants that are like local also. Like I like local things. There's a lot of good food in Santiago. I also like being able to go to the capital, like having like a larger city. I don't want to live there, but it's nice to go if you want to.
Yeah. And there's like cute cafes you can work from. So we both work remotely, so like cute places. You're not like stuck inside. And like everywhere there offers Wi-Fi, so that's good. Here it's like nowhere offers Wi-Fi. But usually,
like coffee shops, I guess.
Yeah, some do, some don't. But I realize that everywhere there does.
Yeah.
Usually.
So a lot of people don't have data.
Yeah. So that was always nice.
And it's like hearing music all the time. If you're in the DR, you like hear music all the time. Yeah. People are just like blasting it, which can be annoying sometimes too. But it's like more vibrant. I feel like it's more common to hear it.
It is. And we were just on a road trip up north in Arizona, and I mentioned to Chris, like, there's nothing to look at. Like, and I always say this in my videos, and I feel so dumb when I say it, but like, when you're driving in DR, there's like houses and cows and kids and motos and like fruit stands and this and that, and it's so fun to like see, like look out the window and like appreciate everything. And here I'm just like, hey, there's nothing. Like there's trees, or I guess for someone there it might be interesting, but I don't know. That was always something too. It was like always something to see. And I liked the spontaneity of like, you know, like I could just text you and then we're gonna go do something. And like here, it's more like everything has to be planned.
Or there, like people will bring people. So if you like invite one person, you're inviting like 5 people.
And it doesn't matter.
No one cares.
But like here, you have to be like, can this person come? Yeah. Do you care? So that was like nice. Just more of that like carefree feeling, I guess.
A specific one, I miss how people gesture, like with their nose.
Oh yeah, that's
or like
cute.
if they don't understand what you're saying, they'll like wrinkle their nose.
Yeah, that's cute. Like point with their lips. Like, whatever.
I don't miss that one. I don't do that. But the nose, I do.
Chris and I both do that. That's one. Ow. That's one that we both like. I don't know, randomly do. And the nose scrunch is
the nose
is
scrunch.
so
I do that, and people are really weirded out if I do that here.
I know, they're like, "Are you good?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get it.
What are some things you don't miss?
Okay, some things
I guess that's like not really reverse culture shock then.
No, we can mention a few at the end. Okay. Some things that I did not miss would be like the time it takes to get things done. Like obviously there's a lot of like red tape here and stuff, but there it seems like, you know, you always need one more form or like, you know, just multiple steps to get something done, or even like sometimes like sending money from here to there.
Oh my gosh.
Just things that could be way simpler. You're like, get this done, or like paying my Wi-Fi, paying my bill. That I didn't miss, like the ease of the online systems and stuff here, and like customer service workers are like faster here. So I didn't miss that. Or like when I needed to get something done and they would say like tomorrow and it's not done tomorrow, and then I was like expecting that. I didn't miss that too much. What do you not miss?
I don't miss driving.
Absolutely. Number one, driving.
Don't miss driving. You can drive 2 hours and it'll feel like you've driven like 5 because you're so tense the entire time.
It's so stressful to drive.
And I don't miss catcalling.
Catcalling is a good one too.
Yeah. I was really over that.
Yeah, and I didn't like, and it might be different for me because you look Dominican, or you are Dominican. She's half Dominican. But I got tired of like going somewhere and everyone staring at me. Like being
I feel like they stare at me anyway.
They do.
Because I'm tall, I think.
Oh, you are tall. But like, it gets old sometimes to like go out and you're like, everyone's staring at me. I don't feel like part of this. Which I was, you know, you're not. But like, I'm also like I lived there, so I wanted to like feel like I did. And then if people were staring at me, I'm like, okay, I'm clearly like an outsider. But on the inside, I'm Dominican. So it's like, can't they see? So that kind of got old. And then the catcalling, just like trying to walk to the store.
I had some bad experiences with friends, I feel like. So I think that's why the like friendliness I don't necessarily agree with. But other people have different experiences. I think it's just who you meet. I met people when I studied abroad there, so I had met them like 3 years prior.
Yeah.
And I feel like people changed. So like,
yeah.
And I didn't know they had changed. So I think there's that. There's a couple fallouts with people that were really dramatic. I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like people my age, I'm like 24. People are still really dramatic.
Yeah, and you're pretty mature.
And I
my mom even
like,
said that last night. She's like, Christina, I know her. I love her. I was like, yes,
your mom. I love your mom. I love her.
I can't.
If she watches these, hi. But yeah, no. So I feel like I don't know. I think we get it out of our systems in high school, like how dramatic people get with things, and I think it just takes a little bit longer. So I know there was a lot of drama that was so unnecessary.
Like not necessary.
It was not necessary, and it like caused literally breaking up of friend groups and stuff. So like I don't miss that.
The only other thing I guess I didn't miss was like people being so honest.
Oh yeah.
Which is good and bad for sure. But like
Honesty,
I don't miss when people would be like, "You look fat today," and I'm like, "Perfect."
And then tomorrow they're like, "Did you eat? Did you eat that?"
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. That's just like an aside, but yeah.
Overall, I miss more things than I don't miss.
Yeah. And you're going back.
And I'm going back for a little bit. So yeah, clearly.
Yeah, I am too. After I have this baby. After I have this baby.
After you have this baby.
She's my nanny.
I
Perfect. Well,
Yay.
I would love to hear what was hard for you if you lived there or even took like an extended trip and then came back. What was the most like shocking thing that you're like, oh wait, I can like flush my toilet paper, stuff like that.
Yeah. That's a good one actually.
Or whatever it may be. I would love to hear in the comments. Or what do you miss the most on like the reverse, or what do you not miss? Tell me everything. I'm gonna link Christina's channel in the description, so go check her out. We did an interview on her channel about mission trips in DR, which I think was really interesting. And then we're gonna do another video on her channel as well, so stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Make sure you are subscribed, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.